Second. Hello, shooters, loaders, and casters. We're just killing time tonight. We got Marvin, Ozark Spirit. We got Mark, MCK, and we got Kyle Lusk. And we've just been sitting here talking about 300 Blackout. And Mig popped in and said, hurry up, free time's minimal. So, hey, Mig, I hope
Hey,
you hang
Mig.
out with us for a while.
The elusive Mig.
The elusive Mig.
I don't know if he's working or up at the cabin. He's been doing a lot of work at his cabin this summer. Getting
What
ready
kind of
for his
bullets
dad.
did he get?
Ready for his dad.
Very
SSTs.
nice.
Those are the 30-30s, right? Okay. Yep.
150.
309.
Okay.
150 grain. I told him 150 grain was okay. Let's catch everybody up that's watching. We got 7 people already watching. I know we're unscheduled. Hey, Rebel 67 Rebel SST. What happened was a friend of mine at work wanted me to make him some 300 blackout because he can't find it. There's Reloader 762. I got to talk with you in a minute too, bud. Lakeview Outdoors. Andy 79Z28. Come on in, guys. All right, so wants me to make him some 300 blackout, and just like that, we're down to 6. I assume Mig left already.
He wasn't kidding. Minimal.
Yeah. So I told him I don't just make ammunition for people. I said I got to have your barrel. I got to have your I got to test it in your gun before I give it back to you. I don't just make ammunition and hand it out. So today he brought me this box of bullets, Hornady 30 cal, 150 grain SST. So I told him that 150 grain was about as light as I was willing to hunt a deer with in 30 caliber. Y'all may have different.
In 300, you can go down to 110 grain.
Yep, I got some 110s that are worm burners, man.
Oh yeah, especially in the Barnes bullets.
And bought a brand new set of Lyman Precision dies, and got a bag.
I've never actually used Lyman dies.
Neither. But apparently this guy's serious about it.
Do what, Jamie?
I said I'm about to be using some Lyman dies. Oh man, this is Nosler brass.
Whoa.
Probably all I could find. Now, some of the brass companies out there, and I did it, Coastline Metals, I bought a bag of 500, 300 blackout brass actually from them. And you pay, I don't know, a little bit more than you'd pay for 223, but it's actual 300 blackout brass. But I was like, I sit there and did the math. I was like, that's worth about 2 hours of my time with what I charge clients. I'll pay for it.
Yep.
So,
Nothing wrong with that, sir.
But I still ended up turning the necks because it was fired brass. So that's something that I do with all my 300 blackout brass.
I've got lucky on the Bear Creek Arsenal upper, but a lot of it was, factory brass. I've only made 50 rounds of Lake City, and so far no problem speeding. So got lucky.
I hadn't had any issues either.
Are you doing factory bullets or cast bullets?
I did a round of cast bullets. My new mold from Accurate, they fed fine, and they are about 308.5 to 309 area.
Okay.
I love that bullet. I got to send you guys some. That mold is just awesome.
Oh, we went ahead and brought you the upper too?
Yeah, he brought you up.
He had to, or I wasn't going to do it.
He is serious.
He's serious.
That's awesome.
I mean, he spent that sack right there is probably $130.
Right.
That Nosler brass, those Lyman dies, and those SSTs, they don't get them. I'm trying to figure out what kind of upper this is. You know how ARs are. They're just not very many markings on them. He's got a Buckmaster's Nikon scope on here, which I really like. Nikon scope.
Hey, Chris. How you doing? Lakeview. Big Al. Fresh Feller.
Daniel God is my judge. Daniel, you got your Wi-Fi fixed for Sunday night? Yeah, Big Al. How about some thumbs up?
I might have to take that night off. I want to be involved with that. Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
I went ahead and opened my mouth and put mine on the chopping block. So
This is for the cast off, right?
Yep.
I'm not going to be in the cast off. I'm going to be in the money that we make. If it's the same, or if it passes a certain point, me and Jamie are shaving our beards off.
Oh. So what's the magic mark to hit
It's $4,000.
$4,000.
in one night?
Yes.
2 hours, $4,000. Okay.
And I hope it don't get canceled this week.
It might be worth $100 to watch you guys shave those beards.
Hush your mouth. I go in there and I'm all serious and just serious as a heart attack telling my wife about it, She says, "Where do I contribute?"
That's awesome.
That's support from your wife, ain't it?
Yep.
I think if we can get 4,500, I'll shave Baloo's tail.
That's what
That'll be
Twisted
fun.
Twine will go. Twisted Twine will go, man, that's a handsome beard. I'm like, do you want me to grow your beard? No, 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 no. No, I don't want you to grow.
I actually started this one when we went to the Dead Zero meetup last year. I've kept it trimmed up and all that stuff, and I finally got used to it, and I started letting it grow out and trimming the sides and all that.
I'll tell you another quick story. My wife was, I was telling her, man, I might have to shave my beard. I'm like, I'll cut all this stuff off, but I'm not getting shaving cream and a razor or hold to my face for no amount of money.
Yeah.
I'll cut it all off, but I ain't going baby butt smooth for nobody for no amount of money.
Oh, come on, Jamie. I ain't never seen you that way.
Not even for a pound of Varget?
I've got a little bit of Varget. Yeah, Chico's probably going to be a little bit late. When you sent that text out, him and Carter just left my house.
He's making the rounds. Ghost Rider.
He stopped by. He left some keys here the last time he was here, but they're to his spare truck. It's toolbox keys and stuff like that. And he figured he was nowhere near the neighborhood, so he thought he'd drop in.
Nice.
Tried to get him to stay and go swimming, but no.
Sharenda, how are you?
I know she's going to be there for the great shave off. Ow! You
Better
bit me.
be.
You bit me.
There's Ghost Rider. Y'all take a load of that.
I've never gotten an email notification from anybody. It's always just been a YouTube notification.
Yeah.
Oh, good gracious.
When you guys want to see me shave?
We could be on to something here, fellas. Hang on, Jamie.
Trading Varget for shaving. I got some Varget in here somewhere.
I'll throw a pound in it.
That's probably only half full.
I've got more in the safe. I'm just saying, I've got Varget.
I have never tried Varget.
It's fun. It's a very universal kind of powder.
That one's full. It stinks.
Yeah.
Varget.
Yes. Both times when you load it and shoot it.
And it's green.
Got 1.5.
Wouldn't call it green.
I'd call that.
It ain't gonna show up on there.
It's got that funky tint. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
But it's got an ammonia smell to it.
Sure,
It's got a hue to it.
There you go.
An algae
almost.
hue.
Let me ask y'all this: when y'all shoot your 223s, what the smoke that comes out of it, does it smell like ammonia?
No, it smells like cologne.
No, it smells like
freedom. Smells like freedom. What powder are you shooting?
Yeah, Freeloader 762 says it too. I'm not the only one. I'm talking about mostly federal, that federal stuff. Fresh powder.
I hadn't shot factory ammunition out of 223 5.56, and I couldn't tell you how long.
Years.
You know,
Federal, it's 48.95 or whatever. The old 30-06 powders.
That's the 38.95. That's the way it smells when I shoot my 30-06 because that's what I use in it. That's the only powder I've ever used in it, and I've got a load that'll split hairs at 500 meters. So
James Pollard. Well, we've been shooting it since World War One. So
right, yeah. I figured they designed the powder for the round. Let's use it, and it didn't take long to work up a wonderful load with it, and it's so consistent, even in 25-degree deer hunting to 110-degree out in the sun shooting all the time. It's very. The results are consistent. You can figure it out.
Yeah, it's stable. It's temperature stable.
Matter of fact,
now, Kyle, if you ever get a chance, try 4831 in your 30-06.
Why?
Just, I'd like to see your results. Just to have an alternate powder. It does great.
4831. I'll look around for some, see if I can find it.
That's my favorite pure weight powder is Benchmark.
I got it may be in the safe. Yeah, it is. All I got here is I got Varget Universal 4064 1680 Trail Boss 48.95 and
I got a lot of H110 and
did I say 38.95 earlier?
yeah, it's 40.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad.
There's the other one if you're a 300 blackout. Versus 16.
They've changed the jugs. It now has a pink label.
Yes. So, Jamie, is he going subsonic or is he going full power?
He's deer hunting. He's going full power.
Copy.
Oh. Yeah, I need to start putting some of these powders back in my gun safe. I'm getting too many of them laying around.
That Barnes TSX and 300 blackout in the 130 grain or the 110, that's my hog load in 300 blackout. So it'll definitely take a deer. So you can get it smoking fast out of a 300 blackout, especially with H110.
The ones that I've got are the VMAX, but I got them on sale because they've got the green tips. They call them the ZMAX, the zombie killers.
Right. That's a fragmenting bullet. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a box of 500 of them, cheaper than dirt. I just ordered them to add enough to my cart to get free shipping, I think. But I'm
sorry. Go ahead, Kyle.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
I was going to say, I think I've got some about 1.25 inch groups at 100 yards with 4831, and it's what they recommend is the 4831 shortcut, and I don't have the shortcut.
That's the hard to find because the 6.5 guys buy that stuff up. Yeah.
I just emptied the bottle of shortcut.
Mm-hmm.
I just emptied my bottle of shortcut, and I'm getting ready to find out how much different the long cut's going to be. I guess I don't know whatever it's called, but
where are you loading it in, Mark?
30-06. I've got a 125 grain with 55 grains of it in there, and that thing, it is clover leaves at 100 yards on the 125 grain. The 168 Sierra and the 180 grain Hornady. All three, I'm getting some decent groups. So I'm just trying to pick which bullet I'm going to take out to 1,000 yards if we ever get a chance to head up there to dead zero. So
G23 and lever guns. Welcome.
howdy.
Single shot, joined in.
You're probably going to need a heavier.
Horzax.
Go with the 180, Kyle.
Yeah, I'm shooting 168s, I think.
Yeah, I got some 195s. Yeah, 195ers. That's why I said 4831 because it just works great on my Remington 700. Yeah, they're just the standard hollow point. 195 grainer.
Did I get muted or did I mute myself?
I think you muted yourself there.
Okay, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, they're 168s, boat tail hollow points. The standard 30-06 round.
Yep. Yeah, I just scored another 200 of those because I got a good pet load for that too.
All right, for this coming Sunday, I said that I would not donate because I don't want to have to shave, but I will donate. I will donate. Somebody can tell me what this is.
Looks like an apple cup quarter.
An apple peeler.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Looks like a shotgun slug. What do you call it? The round over deal for shotguns?
Roll crimper.
Roll crimper, yeah.
Well, shit, Jamie, looks like I'm donating.
You can just donate that to me.
It just came in today. I opened the package today.
Nice.
That'll be $100.
Speaking of roll crimpers,
they're still focused.
Jamie.
I'm sorry, what?
Click on me, Jamie. Mark. I got this from Ballistic Products.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very unhappy with this performance.
Is that the one you put in the drill?
Yeah. So I got the plastic one for 12 gauge, and it works great. So I went ahead and ordered the metal one for 20 gauge, and it's crap. So I'm going to head over to the Reloaders Network, and there's 4 pins in that other one, so it'll be more consistent and straight. And yeah, I'm not real happy about that. So
I'm waiting for them to get the Russian slug molds back in stock. I've been checking for 4 months now, and I guess they're not letting anything involved for that kind of stuff. But
well, Dave's in the side chat. Dave, you heard anything about that?
I'm working on that.
Dave's the one that told me to. He said, "The hell with all the other ones. Spend the extra money and go with that one because it's a great mold and it works fantastic." So I've got the roll crimper. I'm just waiting on a mold to get in stock.
Broke loader.
Sir Willie, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Thank you, Mr. Kyle.
I wish I could see your beautiful face, but I'm sitting here looking at Mark's mug.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Staring at my mug.
So Willie's gone goose on us, gone straight mustache, huh?
Oh, yeah. And broke loader, these are going to be heading your way, buddy. Finally got them dried.
Yeah,
well, I did a mistake with the new trimmer my wife bought me and didn't test the spot to see how low it cut. And next thing you know, it was gone. So I figured I'm not going to have a pathway up my chin and leave everything else. So
you had an inverted landing strip?
Yeah,
I did.
A backwards soul patch. Yeah,
I certainly did.
And Willie got the John Holmes mustache thing.
That's what everyone keeps saying. There's Dave.
There's Dave.
Hey, brother Dave.
What pisses me off, I got my 308 mags in today. Oh, no, they sent me 450 SOCOM mags. So I get to call them up saying, you guys made a big mistake.
Literally.
When I saw them in the bag, I'm going, these things are not big enough. There's no way. But I figured, what the hell? I'm going to cut them out of the packages anyways and just go try. And I said, oh, wait, look, oh, no. They don't fit.
Dave, you're muted.
I'm trying to unmute you and I can't. So
There we go. Yep,
all right, I got a question.
I figured it out.
I got a question, Dave. Your email address. What is a model 632? And why
That was just some number that just kind of went through my mind, and it was.
I was expecting a Smith and Wesson revolver story. Dang.
No. A 632 to me would probably be something like a Model 32, but in stainless.
That's what I was thinking, but I've never heard of a Smith Model 32, but I'm sure it's out there.
Yeah. Well, anyway, to get back to Kyle,
The Russian mold.
the Russian molds. Okay. You. Anyway, no. He just received an order, and he has just stocked them. Okay, and he'll be shipping things out. At the time, he told me, James did, that he wanted to get his inventory under control, and then he's going to add them to the store over there at the Reloaders Network. So you should be able to buy them anytime soon, and the wads too. So, but shipping from over there coming over here is extremely slow.
Right.
Hey, the post office from across town is extremely slow right now.
Well,
He talked to Bacon. He said, "Don't even bother ordering them until I've got them showing in stock."
right, and me and him talk on a personal basis, and he does have them. And I think what it is that he's inventorying and he's doing his books. He's the number one. He's the number one seller in the United States for Starvog molds.
Well, if you talk to him before I do, tell him to sit on it, and I'll mail him a check when he tells me he's got it, and he can just put it.
I'll make sure and do that. Right as soon as I'm done here, I'll go ahead and I'll put it in the messaging for him, and then he'll reserve one for you. Which one do you want? You want the Italian or do you want the Paradox? Which one do you want?
I want the one that you're getting those dynamite groups with.
That would be the Italian or the hydrant mold.
And out of a smooth bore shotgun.
Yes, and
I had a rifle with Mossberg a long time ago, and that thing was dead ass accurate.
Well, you're going to have to get some of these. These are the special wads.
Yeah, I want a bag of wads and a mold.
Yeah.
Can you show us that mold, Dave?
It's downstairs. That was just the box.
Okay.
I
That's
can.
why I had you on solo. I was thinking we're going to get to see the mug. We're going to get to see the mold.
Dave's got a great video on it. So
yeah,
you did a couple, 2 or 3 videos on that. So
yeah, four of those rounds through the same hole at 100 yards, and that was with a rifle barrel, but it was a 3.5-inch chamber. That was for the super duper super mags.
So you had a whole lot of free more there.
Waterfowl logs, yeah.
Yeah, but I'd strongly recommend those. And then here's another thing too: powder coat them.
Okay.
Powder coat them, and it will reduce leading in your barrel. Now, most shotgun barrels are not polished on the inside as far as the lanes and groove, because most slugs have some sort of sabot or anything around it. Right. At least the Mossberg doesn't. And my Mossberg, it did get some leading, and I scrubbed it out with some steel wool and brightened it up. It took it all out.
I don't have a rifled barrel anymore. I had to get rid of that when I got divorced. somebody else wanted it for more than I paid for it. So
Yeah, that's what happened.
I've been
When-
shooting
when-
at about 870.
When women's put you back to zero, that's exactly what it means. You get set back to zero, and you gotta keep, you gotta start adding again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, those molds, they're excellent for just going out and blowing stuff up with, or if you're like, I'm surprised some guys don't use them in like 3 guns. There might be a target or something that they could put out at 100 yards, and you have to offhand that with a shotgun, at like 100 yards or something like that, and hit the plate.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be cool. That'd be another step. You got to make a slug. You got to make a slug shot. And
some of those gun matches, that would be really good.
yeah, pick it up out of the barrel and boom. I mean, you hit it out there at 100, 150 yards. That will do it. That Italian mold, it'll do it. That's
Now,
great.
You run them out of low brass or high brass?
Well, here's the deal. You really got to watch pressure, and I've been loading those in low brass, and how do I say this? They're hard. They're hard to extract with low brass. So you got to watch your load. Like you can put 40 grains behind that of long shot. That's a hell of a pow. But you can go as low as like 32 grains or 28 grains.
Right.
And still get enough velocity to have accuracy. So that's been my take on it. They're excellent, molds. I mean, those people over there, they can't have rifles, they can't have pistols, so they put everything into their shotguns.
Yep.
They can take those home. They can take them hunting. It's easy to get a license to have one over there to have a shotgun. As far as rifles and pistols, they can have rifles and pistols over there. The thing is, though, you have to apply for special permits. They have to wait for like 5 years. They have to go see a psychologist. They have to do all this other crap. So a lot of guys just do the shotgun, and that's the reason why they've developed those.
So like New Jersey, okay.
That's the reason why they developed those slugs, because you got a 12 gauge 70 caliber rifle. That's what you've got.
Yep.
Yep. That's Man, I would love to see Ozark Man put down a pig with those. That'd be awesome. That would be so awesome.
Well, I got me a shotgun press now, so
there you go.
I can do that.
And Kyle and now got a roll crimper,
And I got the shotgun to do it with. Everything else was choke barrels. So now I got me a smooth bore or a straight bore.
I've got a smooth bore, but it's only a 18-inch barrel. It's whatever the minimum is. It's the one you leave behind the door in your bedroom. I've got a couple of other 12 gauges, but I'd have to change the chokes in them.
Yeah, and you know what? I've resorted to just using range scrap because of the hardness factor on those. As long as you're shooting them out of a cylinder bore, you're not choking them way down. Yeah, the range scrap lead will shoot just fine, and it cuts back a lot on your leading and plus powder coating. So,
But yeah, if you can get in touch with James, I'd like a
list of things to do as soon as I'm done here. I'll go ahead and get a hold of him. And I don't know if he has a way of contacting you. Maybe
he does.
Just line. Yeah, and he can drop you a line and say, yeah, which one do you want? And how many
he's got my phone number. He's got my email. He's got my address. He's got everything.
Just texting Kyle. Yeah.
I think that he sells the wads. I think he sells the wads like in 100-round packs.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't necessarily want to, have a, box of like 2,000 of them.
Yeah, I don't need that. 100 rounds I'll blow through about 15 or 20 of them playing with them, and then they're going in the ammo can and going in the gun safe.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Kyle. What type of reloader are you? You need thousands of them.
You'll love it. In fact, you know what? Kyle, that won't be your first Sarvog mold either. You'll buy another one. You'll buy maybe a fragmentation one, or buy one that is the paradox. You know, because you can really get that thing heavy. You can get over 600 grains.
Good God.
Hey Dave. Hey Dave.
Yes.
How about the 20 gauge setup? Is there options to get those as well?
I'm gonna have to check with him. But he did look into that. He looked into getting 20 gauge molds in the Italian and also the paradox. You know, here's the deal. A lot of people don't seem to understand about the 20 gauge. Not that I'm going to go ahead and say I'm a know-it-all, because I really don't know a lot. I just know what I've experienced and what other things have revealed to me. So 20 gauge is actually a diamond in the rough. A lot of people say, "Well, it's a kid's gun. You know, that's for blah blah blah." You know what? They'll handle higher pressures and they shoot with more velocity. And when you're shooting like 300 to 350 grains out of a slug, there ain't anything in North America you're not going to be able to kill with that. Not anything, way of hunting or anything like that. So the 20 gauge really does kind of shine above a 12 gauge. If you think it's higher velocity and less recoil.
I was surprised my business partner bought a 28 gauge. I was surprised it shoots 1.25 ounces of lead in a 28 gauge. So I was like, well, no wonder the target folks like it. You're throwing as much lead as a 12 gauge has.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well,
You're
Dave,
absolutely.
I found him at another place, but I'm holding out for bacon. Obviously, I'd like to support him, but these here are doing pretty good in the 20 gauge right now from Ballistic Products.
Right. I've got some of those. Yep. And actually, you know what, dude? Mark, you can make that exact same thing by getting the Sarvog. The exact same, the exact same everything from Sarvog. Yep. You don't have to pay $20 for 20 of those. You know, I mean, yeah, that was the reason why I went out and got them. And plus, I wanted to start screwing around with slugs. You know.
Hey guys, I'm going to jump off so Chico can come on. Looks like he just got home, so I'm going to jump off so he can come back on. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Mark, I'll pass it on.
Yep.
I'll pass it on back to James.
I talk once in a while too. I just wasn't going to bug him about it. You know, I mentioned it a little while back, but it's fine.
Bug him. Yeah, bug him. He's a busy guy. You know, sometimes he forgets.
It's kind of frugal, but we can save a little lead using 20 gauge as well. So, I mean, in the long run, help us stretch our lead out.
Man, that's smackdown power there, man. Right there. Yeah.
I've only done one video on that, my workup, and I need to get back into it. But like I said, I didn't want to waste a bunch of time and money on the DGS from Ballistic Products. I'd rather go ahead and cast my own with, stuff and then start working on a load. So it looks like it's going to be next year. I probably won't take it hunting this year, but I'll be ready for it next year.
By the way, there was something I was going to say. I've been watching, I think they're your videos where you have been breeding up. You've been shooting like H or IMR 4831. That is an old favorite in 30-06. You know, that has always given good results. However, a lot of guys don't use it because they don't want to mix up their ammo for their M1 Grand. For an M1 Grand, that's too slow. It'll bend your op rod. 4350, the same thing. But 4350 works, in 30
platform, so I'm in no danger of that. So
yeah,
it's got 3 different bullets. I got 3 different nodes that I'm working on, and I was really happy with that powder. And I didn't find another bottle of the shortcut, but I found a bottle of the full length, and we'll see how it meters and how I might just hand weigh it all out if it doesn't meter very well, if I'm cutting too much or whatever. So we'll get into it.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine, and he had a 50-pound keg of 4831 sitting on his reloading bin. And he used to just give it to me. He had a little dipper, and he'd just go ahead and just pour it in. And here you go, Dave. And I used to shoot that stuff all the time. Actually, that stuff was it was reclaimed powder from the 1950s, and it shot just fine. Yep, I used to use it in 303, 30-6, all kinds of stuff that I just experimented with, you know.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's good powder. Yeah, you bet. Also, another powder out there you might want to try is 4320.
Okay.
I've used that in my 7.5 to 55, one hole shoots. Just one hole, one ragged hole, man.
Got you. I'm not too happy with H380 in that setup, so I didn't. I did maybe 15 rounds. Wasn't happy with the performance, and didn't do any more workups with the H380. I was going to try that in the 8mm Mauser, see if it did any better.
H380 has never really been a premier powder.
That's what I'm finding out. Yep.
Yeah, I think that H380 is more for your 25 caliber rifles. It shoots best in somewhere around there, 6mm, that sort of thing. I don't know. I haven't really. I think I had a pound of it and I shot it and I wasn't happy with it, so I never bought it again. But yeah, H380. Yeah, I've shot that before and I wasn't too happy.
Guys, Jamie keeps avoiding the subject that's flying in the side chat, and it's happy birthday to JH586. He's avoiding it in the side chat. So it's your birthday today?
Yesterday.
Oh, no. Well, happy birthday, man. How's it feel to be 40?
I wish I had known, brother.
There's few moments in life that you know make an earmark. When Jamie smiles, that's one of them. I was like, when he's thinking of something or something like that, and he just kind of smiles or something. I think that's great. It really adds a lot.
Well, I appreciate that, but I turned 58 years old yesterday.
58.
57
I was born in 1962 on a Friday night at 6:03 p.m. and I've been living for the weekend ever since.
There you go.
Along with the rest of us.
Thanks for all the happy birthday wishes, guys. Y'all make an old man feel humbled.
What
you
know was you looking at for that 300, Jamie?
Yeah. You're going to show us your baby face come Monday, right? Is that
it? That's a great song, by the way. Come Monday.
It'll be all right.
That's right. Little Jimmy Buffett.
You know, one thing I found out the older I get, in most cases, the more things change, the more they stay the same. You know what I mean? In other words, there's just certain things that are going to happen. They're going to continue to happen, and it's just going to continue to be that way. And you know, the reason why I brought this up, I had to go over to Jefferson County, so I had to go across the Hood Canal Bridge. You know, it's a floating bridge that goes over to the other side. Anyway, so I'm driving along and I look over, you know, and here's Blake Island. Blake Island is an uninhabited little island that's out there. And when the tide goes out, on a minus tide, you can walk out to Blake Island. But what a lot of teenagers do is they get a boat and they, you know, throw a keg in there and they go over to Blake Island and they have a bonfire and a kegger, you know, and people show up and all that other stuff. And the Jefferson County Sheriff will always go out there with his boat and he'll go up and down, you know, with his blowhorn, telling everybody to go home and all this other stuff. And it was funny. I was driving across the bridge, and sure enough, I see a bonfire out there, and there was the sheriff out there with his blowhorn. And I'm talking maybe 35, 40 years ago, you know, I mean, when I seen this, and I was like, I used to do the same thing. I've been over there before. Oh, yeah. So that takes you down memory lane. More things change, more things stay the same. Certain things that people are going to do.
What's the reoccurring theme in the book of Proverbs, Dave?
The reoccurring thing in the book of Proverbs.
The ongoing theme. There's nothing new under the sun.
No, there isn't. That's right. Absolutely.
We just put a new package on it, clean it up a little bit, put a new slant on it, call it new, but it's
Revolving.
There's only two things guaranteed in life, right?
You know, another thing too
Death and
about
taxes.
I'm not to get up on the pulpit or anything, but if you ever read the Old Testament, you're going to see that those people lived just the same way that we did. They had the same moral corruption. They had the same everything that was going on. And if you read the Old Testament, the most horrible things that people have done in some of those stories had the most profound results, later on. I mean, just like, wow, and it's really fascinating, even if somebody isn't religious or anything like that. I mean, just want to read that, just read it for the story value of it. It'll blow you away. It'll blow you away on a lot of stuff. It's like, wow, really?
The history and just the literature aspect of it is unbelievable.
Well, it's filled with things that you're never going to hear from the pulpit either. Most pastors are afraid to even bring that stuff up because they don't want to get everybody all controversial and
Good night, Tex.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my take on it. Like I said, you're all religious.
Speaking of the elephant in the room, Bacon's in the side chat.
Hey, James.
What's up, Richard?
If you hadn't been watching it from the beginning, if you could set a mold and a sack of wads aside for me and let me know when you got them in, and I will either deposit it straight into your bank account or mail you a check or whatever, then you can send them out.
The Italian mold.
I've been checking for 4 months and hadn't been able to see them. You're making fun of my ear. Come on, man.
I got to turn my iPad on so I can read the side chat. It's one thing I hate about StreamYard. When you get in StreamYard, you can't read the side chat. You got to have two devices. You
can. You got to go to YouTube and pop it out. You like pop out the window, and then you open up StreamYard again, and then you go to your little YouTube icon because it'll still be up, and it's the bottom one, and it'll pop it up on your screen. You minimize it and move it off to the side where you can read it. Yeah, it's a lot of extra steps, but it does work.
Yeah.
2 words for you, Bacon. 20 gauge.
Yes.
Are you watching or are you just listening?
He's probably mad at me. Probably saying, "What are you doing, telling everybody I got all this stuff, and now I'm going to be
now we sold out before I'm supposed to."
I just got this stuff in."
Oh, you never said he got all the stuff in. You said he was trying to. So he just knocked on himself.
We got Eagle Eye out there, and let me run through the room right quick. We got Uncle Insight Freedom, Duck You, who let the ducks out. Uncle John, Loads of Bacon, Eagle Eye Shooting, Kyle Lusk is in the room. Uncle John, Single Shot, Big Al. Willie Bullet Man was with us and left. Willie, come back if you want to. Chico said he's doing laundry. Texas Outlaw Michael Sines, Insight Freedom, William C. Chafin, Reloader 762. Remind me to address some comments to him when I get done with this. Tex I Can had to leave. Sleep tight. We got KFW, a rare sighting for us, man. We love your stuff, KFW. And remember, if you ever get a Friday night off, we'd love to have you on with us. Lakeview Outdoors, Big Al again, William C. Chapin, Single Shot, Buzz T48, Joshua Brandenburg. Hey, guys.
Squatch joined in. And
Kenny's up.
Permanent Axes is in. West Chafin is in.
Yeah. Kenny just checked in.
6-shooter Texan. And I'm repeating.
Well, we got off the subject from the original subject, which is 300 blackout.
Back to it. Yeah. Let's get back to it.
What kind of powder is he wanting to use, Jamie? Or you wanting to use? Or
Hey, Wes Chafin. Y'all say hello to my buddy, Wes.
Howdy,
Me and
Wes.
him,
Hello, Wes.
we used to work together. Now we're going to some men's meetings on Wednesday nights together. He's a bow hunter. I think he's going to carry his. He's got one of the nicest bolt action rifles I've ever seen. He paid a lot of money for it. But that I went over and helped him mount the scope on it. But when we get done talking about the 300 blackout, I want to talk with Reloader 762 about 7.62 by 54R. What I figured out, Ozark, you might be interested in this. The Lee dies on the full length sizing die, the expander ball that goes inside the case and stretches it back out is 309. My bore, when I slugged it, came out to 0.3115. So it's a 311 and a half. So if I put a bullet in there, it's going to be sizing that case out. So Reloader 762 suggested that I go to NOE and get an expander for the neck that fits in the Lee Universal flaring die.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they're shaped and all. And so I ordered one of those today, and I ordered I ordered that other thing you told me, Reloader.
Hey, Jamie, what I did, it sounds like you got a solution. But the 762 by 39 kit comes with the 309 and a larger decapping rod with a, case mouth expander. So I take that and put it in the 762 die, and it'll run the 762 by 54, so it doesn't bulge that case so much and swage that bullet down on cast.
Now there's a good idea. I've already ordered that thing.
Yeah, you got a solution, but that's another way out for someone out there that hasn't done that yet. There you go, James. Good idea.
And another thing, I was looking at sizing the bullets. Now I got a couple of 311 dies, and of course after they're probably going to drop a little fatter than that, and then you powder coat, you're going to be probably 2 thousandths over that. So I got that NOE expander on its way, and I ordered that Lee kit, that bullet sizing kit that goes with the APP press, but you can put it in any press that's got a like that little C press I got back there. It's got the what do you call it, the breech lock thing in there, so it'll just screw right down into that breech lock. And so I ordered that and 313 size and die. So I'm gonna be stretching my necks out to 312, sizing my bullets to 313, and shooting it in a bore that's 0.3115. And I don't know how many of y'all have bored a Seiko barrel slug the barrel in one of these Seiko M39s, but they only have 3 grooves in them. But those 3 grooves are wide and deep. I mean, it's hard to tell that it's not 4 or 5 with the width of and the depth of the. Okay, where the grooves are, it's like it may be 4 grooves. I got that slug right here somewhere. Well, I put it in the die box. That's where I keep my barrel slugs. But yeah, it's got real nice grooves in it.
Yeah, I've got the Romanian version of the M44. It's a 1955, and it's slugged out at 312. And the bore's in real good condition, so I'm going to run them at 312, 315. You know, we'll go from there and work our way up.
Jamie, did you slug the bore from the chamber end and then turn around and take another slug from the muzzle? Because they may be different.
No, I went from the muzzle down.
From the muzzle down? Okay.
Even on the finished ones, Dave, they're pretty particular about their stuff. Is that what you're getting at? A different bore size?
There's my twine.
All barrels. No, they're not consistent all the way through. They might start.
Gotcha.
They might start off a little wide, and then they narrow down, and then they widen back out at the end, and that's poor accuracy you're going to get from a barrel like that. The barrel that you want is one that starts off tight, and if it gets wide in the middle, that's okay, as long as it tightens up by the time it leaves the barrel. You see, and that's what you want in a barrel. You want. You're not going to get consistency all the way through the same diameter all the way through the barrel. They just can't manufacture it that way. So there's variables. And if it starts off big but it gets smaller as it goes out, that's fine too. You get a good barrel that way. It's just that you want to avoid, small, large, and then even larger at the end, because you're not going to get any good accuracy with that. Yeah.
Good night, Scott. Have a good rest of the week,
Scott.
When they air gauge barrels, that's what they're doing. They're putting a little plug in there, and then they're causing air to go through there, and they can actually measure it on a little device about how much airflow it takes in order to go through the barrel, and they can measure the width of the barrel that way, whether it has resistance in the middle or resistance at the top or the bottom. And like at Crane, Indiana, where they go to build match grade, M14s and stuff, they'll get like 100 barrels, match grade barrels, but they'll air gauge those, and only a handful of them are really going to be match grade. Yeah, those usually get spoken for. Oh yeah.
I'll tell you, 6-shooter Texan, I used a bullet cast with soft lead, the softest BHN I had, and a lot of oil.
And start hammering that sucker down the barrel. Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing I'll comment on about what Eagle's saying, about what Dave is saying, is I started at the muzzle end and drove it down, and seemed like it was real tight up at the top. But the further I went toward the chamber, it seemed like the easier it went. It come out real easy and real quick. So
5/10 thousandths deviation. That's pretty good. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a small deviation for a whatever length that barrel is. That's kind of amazing.
Well,
we'll see you, Big Al.
Take care, Big Al. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, Jamie, when you told me you were you stumbled on a 300 blackout, I figured, hey, maybe you're getting into it. So if you're into 300 blackout in a serious way, that means you got a suppressor in your future.
It might. It seemed like it was bigger at the muzzle in 7.62. It seemed like it was tighter at the muzzle and got easier to drive the lead through the closer you got to the chamber. So when I got to about 6 inches, West, not with soft lead. It's not. If you got it lubricated real good,
Wooden dowel rod.
a wooden dowel, yeah.
Well, and that slug's getting more and more formed as you're a foot down the barrel.
Yeah.
It's going to be easier.
And Wes, the reason we do this is so that we can we'll get a look at the inside of our barrel and know what size to size our cast lead bullets to. So you want, ideally, you want 1/1000 over your bore diameter, and that way it grabs into the lands and grooves real good.
Yeah, if you were shooting
a wooden dowel rod and a hammer. So
if you were putting 309s down there, that'd rattle down that 311 barrel, and you would have been like, well, I don't have any good velocity. I don't have good accuracy. What's going on?
Yep.
So you were smart doing what you did.
So single shot, be careful out there, brother.
He asked about what are you driving it with, Jamie? Little mallet and the dowel rod, or what kind of suggestions you guys got?
I started the lead into the barrel with a rubber mallet. One Harbor Freight things about that big around, that black rubber, and then I take a piece of an aluminum cleaning rod to get it down in there just a little bit further. And then after that, I use a wooden dowel to drive it the rest of the way through. Once, see how you can see the lands and grooves, Wes? And then you can measure that and find out what size you need to size your cast lead bullets to.
I actually really
Go ahead, Kyle.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I actually really looked into it. I went into Cabela's with a set of calipers, and I was in the fishing section, and the guy looks at me like I'm crazy. And he goes, "The weight
I know where you're going."
I'm like, "I'm not looking for the weight, sir." So I ended up getting some because which rifle was it that? Oh, I destroyed a lead sinker trying to shove it through there because the diameter that they advertised was not correct. So the next time I passed the Cabela's on my way home from work, I went in there with some calipers, and he's like, "The weight's on them. What are you doing?" I'm like, "Doesn't have anything to do with fishing." I said, "I'm looking for a specific diameter of a lead sinker, a soft lead sinker. You can't help me. Just leave me alone for a minute." And ended up finding some that was about 1/1000th over what I was looking for. And I started it down the muzzle and took a wooden rod, ding, 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 right through it. I did another one, ding, 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 with a bunch of that Lee white paste lube stuff. And they went right through, and I got a perfect measurement, and the Henry shoots really good. So it's worth it to figure out your diameter.
Definitely.
Armaments and Axes 300 Blackout is probably my most enjoyable caliber to shoot because it's so versatile. You can put 110 grain hot little loads in there to 110 grain subsonic, all the way up to 220 grain subsonic and everything in between. And I've got it in an AR platform. I've also got it in a bolt action platform, and it is just a fun gun to shoot. When you shoot subsonic, 110, 125, 135 grains, those are the bunny fart loads. And I mean, it's what Hollywood thinks a suppressor is supposed to sound like. It sounds like a pellet gun when you shoot it, and it's just a lot of fun.
I got lucky with my 7.5-inch pistol. I can run 11.5 grains of 1680 on 240 grain bullet, and then I can throw a full power load in it, and it cycles both loads on the length too. So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
pretty.
You can go from a pistol length, 8.5-inch barrel all the way to a 24-inch barrel if you want, and it's just that versatile. You can cast for it. You can buy factory loads with it. You can hunt with it. You can plink with it, and it's a cheap gun to reload for.
If you figure out how to make the brass and all that stuff, or you already have the brass, it's a cheap gun to play with. But
and the brass will last for 10 to 12 reloads.
Right. When it first came out, that ammunition, this is a family show, was extremely high. It was $43 for a box of 20. I mean, when it first came out, it was ridiculously expensive. That's when everybody started chopping down 223s and going that route. But now the brass has come down a lot because it's become a lot more popular caliber.
My favorite cast is 150 grain NOE. It'll load and everything. That's it right there. And that's my plinking round in 300 blackout. There's a little basket ding right there. I know Tin Man won't like that, but it's a great. I've got it in a 5 cavity, and you can crank them out quick. That and my other favorites, 125 grain taco bunny fart load. When we go to the cabin, that's what my kids want to shoot.
We need to do another Three Amigos videos, right? Except this time, let's do it supersonic.
Supersonic, okay.
Because I got some 150s that I love. This is actually the 230 grain that apparently you and Jim really didn't like.
It's only got that single driving band.
Well, my gun loves it.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the mold just because it was $20. I figured I'd try it. My gun loves it. I can lob them babies in there, subsonic, 100 yards, like Dave was saying, same hole. I mean, it just foom, foom. It's like you're shooting basketball. But I don't know what the difference is. I think we all compared notes on twist rates and barrel lengths and all that stuff, and mine was the oddball one. But it loved.
I was keyholing at 25 yards with it. So
good night, Bacon.
Night,
Bacon. I sent you an email, Bacon. Yeah, mine just loves it. You can, and what's cool is you can just sit there and watch the bullet. Foomp.
Yeah.
Foomp.
So, yeah, when you're doing the subsonics, if you cast them in a real bright color, you can watch them.
Now, them 110 grain burners, you're not going to see those. I did not even intend on loading those for subsonic. Those things are cooking. Where's my phone? I've got ballistic data. I should still have it saved in my Caldwell thing. If I didn't, there it is right there. All right.
Chico, I do the same thing, brother.
Yep. Yeah, just pure lead.
Good idea.
For your slugging your mold, you just use the lead. I'd like to bring something to the table here. Okay. One of the things that I would say that has helped me an awful lot with cast rifle bullets is you get yourself an M die, a Lyman M die. And what this has is it has a
step
expander. Yeah, it has an expander on it. It has a small step to it. And what that will do is that'll expand out the neck, and it creates a little shelf. So when you go to put the bullet in there, it'll sit there, and then you can go ahead and press it into the case, and then of course your sizing die will do the rest, and then you just grip it in place. Also, another thing too, these little expanders, they come off. I mean, you can unscrew them and put another one on there. So you basically all you need is the die body and then the stem, and you can get replacement.
NOE is selling those too. To go, what die is it going in? Is it the Lee?
Yeah.
That's going in the Lee expander that's going in.
Jamie brought that up, but I was going to say Lyman's been on that for quite a while. In fact, the M die goes way back.
Yeah,
way back. So guys have been using that.
Ozark, I got something. What's that bullet you showed us? Does it have a step down to the ogive, or is it a continuous?
Yes. I don't know if Jamie can blow me up there, Jamie.
Yeah.
It's got the step down. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
On this, but yes, and my bolt action and the AR platform both just eat that one up, and it's an HTC bullet, so there's plenty to grab a hold of. Let me find one that's.
Here, check that one out, Jamie.
That mold, man. What mold is that? An NOE mold?
Yes.
There you go, Mark. That looks like a ranch dog.
I sent it to Cranky to it's the NOE 309 135. No. That's the taco mold.
Be careful out there, Eagle Eye.
Did you see that one, Ozark?
Here's one that's not. That's a gas check.
Yeah, that's the step down 1-2 from Accurate Molds.
Let me catch the line. Right, you can see the line right there for the.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice. Yeah.
Step down on that.
Okay.
Very good.
We might have to trade some bullets. I'll have to cast some of these up for you and let you try them. If you want to send some of those to me, I'll.
Cranky's got the mold right now. I saw.
Okay. Got you. The reason I got this mold is I was having a little trouble with the Elvis 145. The cranky Elvis mold. Which works great, but I got to seat them deep, to get that to chamber.
Right.
Nice.
It's hitting the land. That's heavy. Hitting the lands for a lot of guns.
All right, I'll put it to you like this, Marvin. My 300 blackout, 230 grain with 8.5 a little gun. The average was 1024.7, and with a deviation of 10.8, and that's on a 10-shot group. That's not bad. That's why I can lob it in the same hole. When I say lob it, I mean lob it. Where's them worm burners? Okay, this wasn't that good. The 110 grains, but this was out of my buddy's 16-inch barrel. 2567 with a deviation of 128. But those babies are moving.
That's that 199 grain NOE. That's my Trace Amigo bullet.
Yeah,
right there.
That's the one I've got right here.
Yeah. And that's an accurate sucker right there. And the ARs like it.
Yep, I got it right here. Well, actually,
that's the Uncle Jim bullet right there.
Jim bullet. Oh, that's right. Here's
what
pierce your fingers.
Yep.
Yeah, it's got a sharp point, and you got to cast these hot to get that point to work perfect.
I took one of them out of the bag, and I was like, "Ooh."
You know what,
I
guys?
was taking those M1 Grand bullets and putting the cannler in them. These are one of my favorite loads in that 300 black right now. Is a 110 grain.
M1 carbine. Yes, Lee's little 110 grain. Shoots great.
Now I got the Lyman 311 316 that works great in the 7.62 by 39 and the 300 black as well, but I came across that little cannler maker so I can crimp that down for the AR platform and not worry about setback. So
good night, Wes. See you soon, buddy.
Can I answer Mad Sexy's question?
Yeah.
Okay, you've got the die body in too deep and it's crimping it before the bullet is fully seated. So what you're going to need to do, I can't find a set of instructions right now. The instructions that came with it are going to tell you to run the die body down, then back it out so much, and then they're going to want you to put a case in there, and then turn it down until you can just barely feel it, and then seat a bullet, get your bullet seat right, and then back the bullet seat out, and then run the die down until you barely feel it. Lower the ram, go a quarter turn, and then go back in, then turn your seating stem down to match your already completed round or your test round. Because what you have now is the die body is in too deep and it's crimping it before it's done seating the bullet. You're doing two processes at once, and it's caving in the top of the brass.
Yeah, you have two opposing forces. You've got the trying to crimp in, and it's still trying to push the bullet down at the same time, and you got a pinch point there.
Let me find my bucket of shame.
Hey, I was looking around for one. Somewhere.
One of the things you can do is set up your die to push the bullet into the bullet length that you want with putting your grip on it. Okay, just adjust the die so it's not putting your grip on it, and all it's doing is just pushing the bullet into the length that you want. And then go ahead and order, if it's in a caliber, if it's available,
It's not just me.
Classic. Looks familiar.
Did you see that,
Dave? That's definitely an oops. Showing resistance. Anyway,
so this is even more embarrassing. Look at that.
There's one right there.
Yeah, that's straight wall. That's
what did
Mark,
you do, Mark?
357 case.
I have that bullet. I have that exact bullet in that same scenario with that same bullet in it.
I was gonna say, I hope you don't have that bullet, because I wouldn't shoot that in nothing.
Oh, hell no.
Well, anyway,
I don't know what I did. Anyway,
like I said, you press the bullet into the mouth of the case and you get it to the length that you want, without having a crimp. And then you go and look at Lee and see if Lee has one of those factory crimp die. You screw that in, and then you put the amount of crimp you want on it without pushing on the bullet at all. And that works out really good.
The only rifle I'm comfortable doing that with is 30-30, because you have to go into, because it's a roll crimp. Taper crimp die, I am not comfortable doing that with whatsoever.
The way I do it is I'll put the case on the shell holder, pull the handle all the way down, raise the ram all the way up. I'll back out the seating die all the way and screw the body down until I feel the crimp touch the top of that case, and then I back it out 2 turns, and then tighten the finger, tighten the thing down, and then I adjust my seating die down. If I've got a reference bullet at that point, I put the reference bullet in, raise it all the way up, and screw my seating stem down till I feel it just touch the top of the bullet, and then back it up a quarter turn.
Yep.
But
yeah, that's why we're here, man.
That's the problem is you're trying to accomplish 2 steps at once, and it takes 12 steps to accomplish that 2 steps at once, and I don't really like that 2 steps at once. I've got I ran into an issue with my taco bullet for my 44 Magnum. This baby is a hog leg, and it was overexpanding the cases no matter how small I would size them. So they'd feed in the lever action all day long. They would not feed in the revolver. So I got a Lee, what the hell do they call it? Is it the overall crimp die, or
Yeah.
Yeah, and it resizes
Carbide ring in
the
it.
whole case. It resizes the whole case. So I mean, it doesn't matter. You don't even really need to size these bullets. Just if you can get them in the case, it'll size them for you when you're done.
Yeah.
Let
It's
me,
got the
let
carbide
me
ring
add
in
to
it.
that.
The
Yeah.
bulge
Let me
bust.
add to that. You guys are always talking about on the Friday night chats how you do the 2 separate steps on 9mm. And I was always over here saying, well, I'm doing okay with the 1 step, crimp and seat at the same time. But when I was doing miscellaneous brass and mixed brass, I would find myself having to, feel the pressure on the crimp side of things to get them to, all do the plunk test without, variance. So I switched over to that die you're talking about. Where have you been all my life? It
Exactly.
does so much better. I'm sold on it. It's awesome.
Now, thinking the 9mm is called the bulge buster, but on
Yeah, it just
on the straight wall cases, it's the what the hell do they call this damn thing?
yeah, it's just the factory crimp. Well, no, not for the 9.
Let me ask a question right quick. Mad Sexy, can I venture a guess? I am guessing that you're using RCBS dies. Yes, no, maybe. Shut up. Leave me alone. Go away.
Why did he give you that same instruction?
Yeah.
Like these RCBSs, and with this setup, this is the Lee. There's not even enough room on there to write it. The Lee. Yes, the factory crimp die for 44 Magnum, and
Yeah.
man, you can feel some stuff going on when you pull the handle down. But
okay, Chico said it's called the Lee factory crimp. Yeah, on 9mm.
yeah, you get the case back out of it, and man, that thing is beautiful.
Hey, blow me up, Jamie. I'll show you something. So you don't have to flare your case, but it helps.
Wow.
Yeah. I hope Blakeview's still watching. He'll give me down the country for that.
I can look around in the drawers and find some hell. I've got 45. I got 45 caliber stuff loaded up where the bullet got seated sideways when I was playing with the Lee bullet feeder. For some reason, it would spin in the thing. I'd run it down, and the bullet's just sitting there sideways. But it is the correct overall length.
That's all that matters. Send it.
One thing I will add to this, okay? One thing I will add to you guys' conversation: the Lee factory crimp die for pistol, where it's actually, you put it in there and then it irons out the bulge, that you get in the case, like this right here. It's a little 9mm job, and see if I can get in there. You see how it has that bulge right there? That's because that's a 38 caliber bullet in there, and it's got that bulge. Okay, that will still plunk in all my 9mm, believe it or not. I can just drop it in there. I don't use one of those dies, but it is still plunks right in there. And the thing I found is that when you use that bulge buster, what happens is that it makes contact, starts going down the sides of your brass. Now, your brass has a certain thickness to it as well. So when it squeezes on a lead bullet, it actually resizes the bullet because of the wall thickness is inconsistent. Yep. So now your bullet diameter is going to be inconsistent. Now, are you guys going to go out there and go to Camp Perry and win the nationals? I mean, what kind of ammunition are you guys really trying to create here?
That's Lincoln ammunition, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I understand that, I get it, but I don't use anything that's going to resize the case at the same time that it puts a crimp in there. That just to me, I'd rather just do the plunk test and mess around with my bullet sizing dies for my press for cast bullets, and for my sizer lubricator.
Yeah,
And-
Dave, the only time that I have that problem really is on the Taco NOE mold bullets,
Mhm.
and because they're just big to begin with. And I told Taco that I was looking at a lever gun to start out with, and that's what I got first. And he goes, "Dude, you got it. You need this mold."
Mhm.
And I wanted it on a giveaway, and I said, "Okay, this is the only bullet that I have that problem with." And the problem was, it was like maybe a half a thou of going into the cylinder throats of my Ruger Red Hawk revolver that I bought. I mean, it just wouldn't drop. So I've just got it barely, taking a little bit out. Because I mean that is a honker of bullet. You can see where it's down. It's all the way down to here. It's a 265 grain bullet.
Yeah.
This is the only bullet design, and I've got like six. I hate to say this, like 644 molds now.
I don't know if you remember or not, but in my my little Charter Arms 44 Bulldog, I loaded some of those Lee 248. I guess they're the 248 round nose, but they actually come out to 262 grains.
Yeah, I got
262 grain bullet out of a 44 special. I mean, you're not breaking any speed records there, but man, has that got a lot of womp to it.
Yeah, you're talking about this one right here.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
That's got a lot
Kyle, when you're loading that great big flat nose bullet for that 44, you got to make sure you're not using a bullet seeder that's round because
I know that.
Because your bullet will cantilever as it's going in. You got to have a flat face.
I've got several different bullet shapes and sizes. This doesn't include any of the hollow points or any of that. But yeah, I'm extremely familiar with that, Marvin. But thank you.
One thing I want to say to the audience out there, I got to admit something. I'm a little devious. Jamie, for instance. Now Jamie is going to do this whole thing with cast bullets with a 7.62 by 54. Okay, and I'm going to watch him and look and really watch some of the mistakes that he makes and note those for my own personal reference, because I'm going to start making some cast bullets for 303 British. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and gas check those and put them through my 303 British. But what I'm going to find out is I'm going to watch him make mistakes so I don't make those same mistakes when I'm doing this. And one thing that's really cool about cast bullets really opens up a huge door. I mean, it's a huge door to step through. Once anybody can just buy a particular bullet, buy a particular powder, go ahead and follow a certain recipe and all the dimensions and all that stuff in it, and boom, have usable ammo. But when you start getting into cast bullets, and you really got to dig around, get your research, and get your experience down, and bullet sizing, and throat diameters, and bore diameters, and all the rest of this other stuff. So it's a real intense community to get involved with, because we're all trying to achieve the same thing, and that's the best accuracy that we can get for all of our efforts that we put into making these bullets in the first place. We sit down, we buy the material, we do all the research, we do all this other stuff. And it's not just for blazing away ammo that you're going to go out there and shoot oil cans, at 10 yards, with an AK-47. It's a lot of fun. But the thing is, though, is that trying to get the best accuracy you can for your efforts, for your material, your time, your money, going to the range and all the rest of the stuff, it really does. It concentrates the hobby or the craft of doing it. It really is, and it's exciting. It is. It's exciting.
It's exciting, but you got to really mean it to get this deep into it, casting your own bullets and all that stuff. Because And that's what I love about this community. Somebody may have a mold that you're thinking about buying. Say, hey, I'll trade you some bullets out. You know, I'll send you 50 of these. You send me 50 of those, and then you can try those bullets. You know, they may not be sized. I recommend sending them unsized if they have the ability to size them to what they want. But you can send them the bullets. They can have them just like they cast them and powder coated them. They size them, they load them, they play around with it. Sometimes the bullet works out beautiful. Sometimes it doesn't. It's all just weird. Like my 200 grain 30 cals, Tim Robinson loves them. He kept asking me so many times for more of those bullets. I finally just sent him a mold. It was cheaper. But he's got a rifle that just loves that bullet. I've been playing with it. I have not found a powder combination with that bullet, and going by all the scientific measuring and stuff, overall lengths and this, that, and the other to make it to do what I want it to do. I mean, it'll do 100-yard planking all day long, but that's not what I want that bullet to do. I want to go 250, 300, maybe 500 yards planking with a gas check cast bullet because it's a lot cheaper, you know.
Well, and there's some caliber that are, to some people, are prohibitively expensive to shoot. Like a 45-70, 458 SOCOM, that 45 caliber big rifle bore, 444, stuff like that. It's just ridiculous to buy factory bullets with. Yeah. So, you know, yeah.
And throw 35 Remington into that list.
Right, right. So there's several calibers that are ridiculously expensive to shoot. And it takes the fun out of owning the gun.
Look at the obsolete calibers. You don't have a choice. You have to cast bullets for them.
Right.
And if you want to shoot them.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah. So there you go. But, you know, to kind of spill into what, you know, Kyle was saying, though, you will get a desire for it. After a while, you desire to you know, you'll desire it because, you know, you'll see, especially in pistol, you will see, you know, results that you're getting that maybe rival even better than jacketed bullets that you bought. There is no reason to ever buy jacketed bullets for a pistol. You know, I mean, there really isn't. I mean, I can make anything that I need right there in my bullet shop and go out and get, you know, primo accuracy. You know, it's a desire and it's fun and it builds on itself. It's a perpetual craft that you get into.
It is an ongoing hobby, and you're constantly building information and knowledge. And eventually you come up with a notebook of this is what the load's going to be out of this pistol, out of this rifle, whatever. And I've got several of my firearms to that point. The fun part is getting the next one to that point. So, you know, I've got a couple of 30 cal rifles. I got a couple of 9mm, a couple of 40s, a couple of 45s, and each one of them is a little bit different. And you keep a nice little notebook, which mine's in the basement right now. But when you have load data with the best powder, the best overall length, the best crimp, you know, that kind of stuff, and you start getting really OCD about it. And then the next time you load, you know that your dies are set up if you're loading for the exact same firearm. And all you got to do is just sit down and bang out a bunch of ammo. And you know it's going to be right. Measure the first one, maybe measure the 10th one and all that. But it's really fun. You get everything set up, and eventually you start getting multiple tool heads for multiple different firearms. I've got 3 44 Magnums up there. 2 of them are for the rifle for 2 different bullets. And I don't have to change anything. I just go clink and start loading. And that's cool.
Not to key in and not to go over what you're saying there, Kyle. I remember back in the video, Willie Bulletman over there went and brought up, and he said it in jest. He probably doesn't even remember when he said it, but he said, I cast bullets that I cannot buy.
Mm-hmm.
He said that very clearly, and you know, he's absolutely right. There are bullet styles out there that give absolute premium performance, and you can't buy them. You've got to make them. You've got to cast them. I mean, that's just the way it is. And when you sit down there and you sandbag like maybe a Model 10 or a Model 15 Smith, and you got to load it up with some wad cutters, that you made, and you put them all into one hole at 25 yards with open sights, you begin to realize what kind of a farce and how long it's been taken to ride by the industry of selling these bullets for extraordinarily high prices for what it is.
That's 500 grain. You're not going to buy that on the shelf.
Well,
it's 45, 70, right? Yeah.
That M&P. This is that M&P Hullabee.
Yeah.
Buy that. You cannot buy this, but this will shoot awesome at 50 yards. At 50 yards, I can shoot these within an inch of each other. Out of a Model 15 4-inch barrel with open sight.
It's time give me 1 second, Marvin. They're overcharging for bullets when they put magnetic strips on the boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, I could have walked out of Cabela's with 6 of these in my pants that I wear to work every day, and they might have heard as I was walking out the door. But I'm not a bastard.
I refuse to believe that Hornady would, jack the prices up. I refuse that that's Hornady that's doing that. I think that's a middleman that's doing that. It's taking advantage of this situation.
It's somebody, but I've got bullets up here that I haven't ran out of yet for the exact same bullet. It's just an older box because I've had them for a minute. 270 bullet that I paid $32.99 for 100, and this was almost $70. A buddy of mine bought this because he has me load these for him. He's a hog slinging slasher, and he loves this bullet. I gave him some of my loads, and he said, just make them exactly like that because my gun will stack them on top of each other. So I'm
15
like, okay.
years ago, 15 years ago, I got 2,800 168 grain Sierra Bowtail Match Kings. I think I paid, it was something like $210.
Damn, that's cheap.
That was 2,800 rounds. It's still out in my bullet shop. I haven't even opened it yet.
Always buying bulk, children.
Yes, I jumped back on because you guys were talking about the bulge buster and all that. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong. They don't make a 9mm bulge buster.
Right.
They make the Makarov that people were converting, but the bulge buster is just the 45 and the 40.
Right. That's the 40. Yeah. That's what they call the 40. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. When I was listening, my leg is not a good day, and I heard you guys talking about the bulge buster with the 9. I'm thinking, when I got into 9, I was thinking, I'm buying a Glock. It's going to swell the case. Everyone said, "Oh, Glocks swell. You're gonna need a bulge buster." And I looked and looked and looked, and everyone's like, "Well, you got to get a Makarov and you got to modify it." And I just said, "Screw it," and bought a barrel I didn't need after all. I bought a Lone Wolf barrel that I really didn't need. There's not a damn thing wrong with my Glock barrel, even though it has polygoning, raffling, and all that stuff, and an unsupported chamber. I don't see any 9mm cases swell. I've never seen any of mine.
Well, it's because the cup in a 9mm is a lot thicker, where it bulges in the 40 and 45.
Sure, so I can see that. Like, I sent Jamie a bulge buster. He thought he didn't even have. I had to remind him that I sent him it.
Oh, you gave him the sentiment?
Yeah.
I got a shelf full of those little red cans that come, plastic red things that come from Lee over there. So today I ordered the bullet sizing die for the Lee. That's like the NOE one. The NOE, I wanted to buy a bullet sizing kit for the 7.62 by 54R. So Lee doesn't make the traditional kind, 313. You can get them in 312. But my bore's 311 and a half. What good is that going to do me? You know? So I wanted a 313. So I ordered the one that goes with the APP press because it'll fit in the breech lock thing. And a 313 sizing insert that goes with it. The same thing at NOE would have cost me like $70.
You almost made me choke when you said APP. I mean, when the hell did Jamie get an APP?
I just got the bullet sizing die thing.
I got you. Well, guys, I'm going to sign off. I got to get this leg up. I just wanted to give my little bit of sense. David, thanks for that comment. I really appreciate it. You know, just like I bought this silhouette mold because of you, Dave. You sent Uncle Jim the 44 silhouette, and I, bing, hey, it's going to work great out of Kenny's barrel. Yeah, 6 of them did, but besides that, I got to go. See you guys.
See you later.
Bye, Willie.
Good to see you.
See you, Willie.
Hey, Jamie, you want to get back to the 300 powders, what you were going to talk about? Did you have a couple powders you had in mind for the 300?
I have some that stuff that Ozark and Kyle and Uncle Jim was using. What is that, 1680?
1680 will work. Winchester 296, H110, little gun. Those are all good. 300 blackout powders.
4227.
I've got some
ass pistol powders. Yeah.
These look, man, H110 is becoming one of my favorite powders because I used it in the 350 Legend. I'm using it in 357 Magnum. I won't use it in 38 Special, but
44 mag, it runs great.
Let me go on to what Ozark just said. No, not fast pistol powders. Fast rifle powders.
I apologize. No, you can use H110 and I use it in 357.
Oh yeah.
I'll get my best group with H110 and the 44 mag, the 240 grain bullet.
Hey, I shot the butt off a butterfly at 100 yards with H110.
I was going to show what Willie was talking about with the bulge buster, because Glock has an unsupported chamber. I was going to show you what a 40 cal supported chamber looks like. That way, people that didn't know could see the difference. But I think everybody knows. I got to be careful what I show on TV. A bullet! Oh!
You want to show it up close?
Oh, God, let me take it back apart, son of a bitch.
Too slow, Kyle.
Oh, I'm getting there. Hang on. Here it comes. Wait for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is a Smith & Wesson barrel. Okay. It has what they call a fully supported chamber. See that? The bullet is fully encapsulated. Now, Glocks have a piece cut out down here at the bottom that looks like a smiley face. So when you shoot it out of a Glock, which is why Glock has a different firing pin, and it doesn't just make a point, it makes a boop, a line.
Rectangle, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're that worried about it, you can look, but most of your resizing dies will take that out. They do make a special die because what you'll get, they call it the Glock smiley face. I don't have a 9mm shell fired out of my Glock that I can show you because I've never experienced this. But most of the time, just running it through a regular resizing die will get rid of it. Sometimes there's certain firearms that it is very prevalent in. I am fortunate enough not to own one of those. But there's a difference in manufacturers and the way that they do things, which is why you got Smith & Wesson people and you got Glock people and you got, Ruger people and you got these people and those people. So it's just like everything else in life. Find what works for you and stick with it.
Let me show the audience here what to look for when you're picking up range brass and 9mm. What I got here is 9mm case, of course. What you want to do is you want to watch out right here. in this area right here down by the window, get a smiley face. This is what he's talking about.
Well,
And they're bulge right there because that's where the case is not supported.
Can
What
you bring
happened-
it closer to the camera?
There'll be a bulge in the bottom of the case down here.
Now, does this one have it?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, I'm sorry.
It doesn't, but I'm just showing them where to look. If you get range brass, you want to look right down through here. And if you got a little smiley face imprint where the case has been bulged out, that's been fired in an unsupported case down there at the web, or unsupported chamber, excuse me. But that's what you want to look for. And the problem is that once it bulges there, you can get a bulge buster and iron that out and be okay, I guess. But you really are taking a chance because brass, when it's unsupported like that, you're going to work hard in it by pushing it back in there. And especially if it's unsupported, you don't know what that dimension is or how hot that round was. So you might end up blowing the case out. And that's happened to me. That's happened to me before. Is where you go to fire and then this area down here on the bottom, it'll literally blow out in that area. And that's
How I check for that quickly is use a piece of glass, and you can roll the brass down that piece of glass. I'm using a picture frame, but it'll tick 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 if it's got that. So you can check a lot of brass quickly that way. And piece of glass, piece of granite, marble, something that's flat, and you can check a lot of brass real quick that way. You got to pay attention. Don't watch TV and be checking your brass.
Whenever I'm going to load some 9mm, I always call all those cases out and get rid of them. 9mm.
Nine brass is so cheap anyway. So,
yeah, I just get rid of them because it's not worth taking the chance and having the hassle on. Throw them in the recycle bin.
Well, I've actually got a couple of 9mm Glocks, and I try to keep my brass separate with what I've shot through what gun, because I've got Smith & Wesson 9s and stuff too. I've got some Glock brass with 8, maybe 9 reloads on them. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. That's really bad on the 40s, not the 9mm.
Right. Like Kyle, like what you said, you can tell it's been shot through a Glock because it's got that rectangular primer strike.
Yeah, it's got
so you can look real quick on that.
But even Smith has some pistols that don't have supported chambers underneath there. I've got a what is it? It's a 3906. Yeah, I got a 3906 that does that. And when I shoot it, I just take that brass and throw it over there in the recycle bin. Like I said, 9mm is cheap. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even have to buy it. You can just go to the range and pick it up.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna show y'all this bullet. Marvin, do you have this one? This is a Lyman 358-477.
No, sir.
That's about 160 grain semi-wad cutter.
I've got it in like a 130, a semi-wad cutter, but it's like a 135, something like that.
Yeah, you'll like this. I'll send you a bunch of those.
Okay.
I've got that.
That's a very popular bullet.
Mm-hmm. I've got the 38 version, but yeah.
I've got the Lee comparable, the 358-150 in Lee. It looks just like that. I love it.
Yeah, I got this one. I got two of these. One of them's an NOE mold, and it's gas checked. And then I've got the Lyman mold in a steel mold, and it's not gas checked. So I got plain base and gas checked.
I love the gas check for the rifle.
That's why I like that so much. So yeah, I'll send you a bunch of those, man.
Sure.
Mark,
hey Jamie, how long are you gonna run? What's that, Kyle?
Mark, when you're down here, do you need some? You want to try some 30 cal 150 gas checkable Lees or some 200 grains?
200 grain? Okay. Which mold? I might have some from Jamie already. Which, either way.
No, I don't have anything that heavy, so
Okay. You sent me some 180s, I think, or something. Okay.
I
It's
sent you some.
309 200 Lee mold is what it is, but it is
Okay.
gas. I can hook you up with some of them. You want to powder coat them and size them, or
I can do that. Yeah.
well, I might be in the
No
cast
problem at
on
all.
Sunday after all.
Yeah. What time did you want to quit this, Jamie? I'm gonna go eat some ribs here in a minute.
Yeah, I gotta put a dog to bed. She's
Well, it's we're closing in on 2 hours, and
Okay.
it's getting close to 11 o'clock. So, y'all want to quit at 11? Can y'all hang out for a bit?
Yeah.
yeah. I can go on the back porch for a minute.
Let's do that. Yeah.
So we'll knock off here in about 15 minutes if y'all good with that.
I'm good with anything, man. It's just how good am I going to be with it tomorrow?
I
Right.
understand.
I mean, you got to understand my shop's 120, 125 degrees.
Yeah. So how's the pistol powders? I can't find nothing in pistol powders. Everything, primers. I think that's just nationwide, ain't it?
Well, I don't know. I
Any
can
kind of
stop
small primer is hard to find right now.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
stop by Cabela's on the way home tomorrow. And what do you need? Small pistol, small rifle? What do you need?
Small pistol is the one I'm lacking, but that's all right. We'll get it figured out.
I'll see if they got some. What's the max you'll pay for them? Because I'm not paying $80 a sleeve. I ain't doing
No,
it.
me neither. No, 45, 50 tops. I mean, we're getting stupid at that point, in my opinion. But
Right. I think
because I know it's
68. I'm
Okay.
like, what?
Yeah.
I'll look, and you need small pistols, right?
yeah, everybody does at that point.
Yeah. Gun Broker. I seen it on Gun Broker where like 600 $600 for 5,000 primers.
They're
I was
full of
like,
shit.
What?
You know what?
Get the hell out of here.
$125 a box?
Yeah, get the hell
That's
out of here.
Stupid.
I've seen it. It's like $600.
They'll bounce back. I mean, we just need to survive for a few months. I don't know
Well,
how much the Remington
These are people that are just, they're walrus, slimy pieces of crap, and they're just trying to take advantage of people. That's it.
I don't
That's
know
all.
if they figured out, but price gouging is illegal. Just saying.
Yeah.
Saying for
How
a
much
these
did the Remington plant really affected everything?
They're just private individuals that are just trying to get as much as they can out of what they got.
Okay.
It's just nuts.
Hey, Echo. The other day when I put a link in your comment to your video, I was unsubscribed to YouTube, buddy, and I've been subscribed to you since I've been watching YouTube videos, nearly, or for sure since the first time I met you on a 76 High Boy live stream.
And you will not be getting email alerts for I've never gotten an email alert. I guess I didn't check the box or whatever, but they put out something today saying they would no longer be giving email alerts for your subscribers. So you might get a YouTube alert. That's the way I've been getting everybody's alerts, but hell, those have been spotty here lately.
Right.
Like we put out a bunch. Dave's put out a couple that I hadn't seen. Mark's put out some. Marvin's put out some. Jamie's put out some that hell I was in and didn't get a notification on.
Yep.
I'm good for 2 videos a week. I try to do 2 a week. I try to do my range report and then some silly vid about whatever I'm doing sometimes, and something I figured out. But
it was very odd to me, and it started about a year ago, where everybody started getting spotty notifications. I've never gotten an email notification period from YouTube,
Or even showing up in your feed and your subscriptions feed.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, everybody's raising hell about all these email notifications. I've never even gotten one, so I don't know. I guess I don't know what I'm missing, but I guess I'm not missing it anymore.
Well, not to be the devil's advocate.
Well, there's quite a few channels Go ahead, Dave.
You
Okay.
won't ignore.
You're a devil's advocate or anything like that, but YouTube as well probably is going through this pandemic, and there's a lot of probably people that are working from home, and their servers aren't getting maintenance and that sort of stuff, and that
Google's working from home till next June. They've announced already.
Who?
Google, which is Google owns YouTube, so yeah, they're working from home till next June. They've already announced.
Well, no more college football, boys. Sorry.
Well, the thing is that a lot of people are saying, "Hey, they really lightened up on gun channels, and you can do this now and that now." Well, do you ever think maybe these people they're not in an office right now? They're at home and they're just doing whatever they can to justify their existence and their employment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think things will go back to the Nazi regime once all this is done after November.
Yeah, I a couple of a week and a half ago or something, and didn't get any flack from them for that.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah, the left is more focused on race right now than they are guns, so it'll shift back. So.
I did see something that was pretty cool that said, so the left is calling the right a bunch of racist and sexist bigots, yet they determined the vice president based on sex and race.
Yeah, right. That's a good one.
Another good one was it had Hillary Clinton up there, and it said, "I was the worst presidential candidate ever." And then Joe Biden's down there and says, "Hold my, the thing."
Yeah,
I ain't getting political tonight.
Yeah, I'm not either. But I mean, that was a lot of money.
You know what I'm talking about. Those.
Yeah, you know the thing. The thing.
Yeah. Yeah. They're in that special place where they keep it. Yeah. Yeah. How vague is that, Joe?
Oh, man. Well, I love the one where you got Joe Biden trying to give a speech and he's got his sign language person over there. She's finally like, "Fuck, I give up."
Hey, you know what? Joe Biden is not stupid. He has Alzheimer's. The people that vote for him are stupid.
Well, what happened was the DNC. No, we're not getting political. We're not getting political.
I'm not saying anything against Joe Biden. I'm not saying against them all. The guy's got Alzheimer's, and I feel for him. I mean, people like that. I mean, there's nothing like it. I get that too. I mean, people ask, "Hey, Dave, what happened to this?" And I'm like,
hell, I've got CRS, and can't remember shit.
But you got to have enough sense to take a step back and say, "Okay, someone else take it. If I can't do it, someone else get out."
The best video about Biden was the one where his wife was talking and they were met and they photoshopped or whatever it's called. He's back there behind her going, "Wow." That was a riot. That one was a riot.
Yeah, there's been some good ones come out, but then again, there's been some good ones about Trump, and
oh yeah,
there
always will be about politicians. No matter what side they're on.
They put themselves out there in the limelight, and I don't care who you are or what you're doing. Somebody's going to make fun of you. I don't care if you're Kanye West, Travis Tritt, George Strait. It doesn't matter. Somebody's going to find something that's funny and put it out there. It'll be funny to certain people. It'll be offensive to other people. The thing about it is we've now grown to a society where we try to make it as offensive to the most people that we can so we can get more views,
Well, and the media used to dominate everybody's attention, but now there's the internet and also social media is so subdivided. So they have to do all these dramatic headlines to get people's attention. So it.
And
do you remember
one of
newscasters would tell you what happened today, and you formed your own opinion on that? You remember that? That's been a long time. Mark, you might not have even been born when that still happened.
And that's the way it is.
And that's the way it is.
I remember that. I was born in 71.
Wow, I remember when it was 1971.
I was 4.
Oh my God! I mean, it's crazy. We're gonna tell you how to think. Who the hell do you think you are?
Yeah.
I don't know. I may be a rare breed. I don't know.
So I thought we weren't going to do political. Hey, Mark, didn't you have a pet load for 300 blackout?
Yeah. My 110 grain with 18 grains of little gun powder. But you're going 150, so I don't have a whole lot done with 150 just yet.
Jamie, I got you. I got to dig back through my phone. It's in there charging.
But I have shot. Go ahead, Kyle. I'll get my notes.
Yeah, I took a whole bunch of different bullet weights and different powders and different loads. I spent an entire weekend down in the shooting property just shooting and going through a chrono. Not literally, I did that with you, but I've got all kinds of load data. That was out of mine. What barrel length does he have? Because I'm sure it's going to be different.
2.010.
There you go.
That's that NOE bullet right there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's got the exact data for you for H110. That's what you're going to use?
I'm gonna use H110 and 1680.
You got both of those, or you need something?
There you go.
I got both of them.
Okay.
On that jacketed bullet, you can go up to 15.9, but that's 15.5 is what my gun likes. So the data calls it all the way down from 12.3 to 15.9.
And he's supersonic, right, Jamie?
Right.
Yeah, these are hunting loads. These are deer killing rounds.
Okay. All right.
That's, I'm right at 1,800 feet per second with that.
So, Mark,
right.
you remember that bullet I sent you? It's had kind of a pointed nose, 311, 410 lineman bullet. It's like 130 grain spire point. Did you ever use any of those?
Nope, they're still on reserve. I plan to.
I'm thinking of casting up some of those for that 300 blackout. So they're plane based bullets, and I could do them some. I could do them some. What I hate about that mold is it's a single cavity. I'll be there all day and I'll get 50 bullets.
I understand.
So you're not going to use that one in the cast off?
No.
Now, wait a minute. So everybody has their pots and everything already up to heat, ready to go. And it's just somebody says go and you start dropping bullets, right?
Hey,
Start casting.
how many of us are going to be casting on the side? I think I'm going to go ahead and cast while it's going on just for fun.
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm at too.
Like about 10 pounds of bullets off camera right there.
Well, hey, if we want to sweeten the pot, whatever I cast, I'll send out to somebody too as a bid. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this money up.
We're going to auction off those bullets for thoughts of an old soldier.
So
okay.
So if we raised $4,000 on that check, y'all shaving your beards off, right?
Yeah.
That money will go to Justin's final mission to build cabins up in North Carolina.
Okay.
I got a fuzz with 9mm, Jamie, and he says that's what he's looking for. I don't know if I ever got back with you on that.
No, you didn't.
That's what he's looking for.
You guys are starting to robot real bad. I think I'm going to drop out. If I do, I'll catch you later.
Yeah, you're right. You're doing max headroom on your video feed. Yeah.
Well, we're fixing to get off anyway. It's already 10:57.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm getting the old sleep. Guys.
Me too. Mark, we'll go through the room. You go first. What you got working on?
Well, I'm getting ready to do some 300 blackouts, some more 110 grainers. doing an exhaust system on my son's car tomorrow, so that's going to be fun. And then other than that, trying to get to the range on Thursday or Friday. So I'll give you guys another range report.
Cool. Go ahead, Kyle.
I don't know where he's coming up with this, and why did he send me a picture of his foot? I don't get it.
Oh, ha.
Yeah,
You don't remember last Friday night?
Talk about Echo and the Buddy Man.
I do, but I have no clue why I have a picture of his foot. And he goes, "You probably don't know why I'm sending you this."
That's
I'm like,
hilarious.
"Sure don't." Anyway,
Fun.
I'll fill you in later.
yeah, okay, I appreciate that. Apparently, I'm going to cast up a bunch of 200 grains for Mark when he comes down here. You'll be down here, what, in a week and a half?
Yep. 19th to the 23rd.
That's on about a week then, yeah. Well, today's what, 11th?
12, 11, well, 12 tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. So are you going to be here this weekend?
No, next weekend, following.
Oh,
The 19th.
okay. Oh, the 19th. Okay. I'm gonna cast up a bunch of bullets for you. I'm just gonna let you have them ass cast, but I'm not gonna put the spray on them.
Now, I'm going to come and raid your cabinet for some green powder coat, too.
I got you. Come on. Hell, I'll give you some paint, some gunmetal, some macaroni and cheese. Hell, come on. Hell, I'll let you take a bottle of white with you. See what you can do with it. I've got plenty of powder coat, man. I like playing around with different colors.
You can mix it with red and make pink.
Well, it works really good with powder coat red. I've noticed that, and I just dump my extra stuff in my vibratory tumbler over here, and that's where you end up with the red, blue, green, white, speckled, gray bullets. So
Eventually
I'll
brown.
share,
Yeah.
I'll share a video with you guys. I've come across a video where a guy takes the powder coat, some acetone, mixes it up, swirls them around. He does it twice.
Yeah.
He's getting colors that
The wet powder coat. Yeah.
yeah.
But it's regular powder coat, not the
Right. He's high tech and powder coat.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
He's hot rodding it. Yeah.
So
The problem with acetone and ovens is Beirut. Boom.
Yeah,
Black wire, yeah. They got to dry. You're totally
They
correct.
gotta dry.
as Jim would say, that's a big bag of no bad no.
Why did my oven door just blow open violently?
Apparently, I'm going to be casting up some 200 grainers for Mark on Sunday. I've got to get around to mowing my grass. It hasn't really rained here except for one day. I hadn't mowed my grass in 3 weeks because it hadn't rained. But I have to also take care of my sweet little old lady neighbor next to me. And I have to make sure she's at home so I can get through her house and get around to the inside of the back gate to open the gate so I can mow the backyard because I hadn't done that in about a month. But that's what I'm going to do tomorrow night. I'm feeling like loading up some 44 Magnums. It seems like it's about time. I've got a couple of boxes for all of us to blow through, but I feel like I need more. So that's
always think more.
That's what I'm gonna do for the next couple of nights. And I don't know. It was fun tonight. Thanks for the invite and the little pop up. Have fun. I appreciate it. Dave, what you got?
Well, kind of expanding on that, one thing that Ewan brought up, casting. I need more. Well, that's one thing nice about casting. You make as much as you want as long as you got material. You're not running to the store. You're not running out. You can make what you want and have that quantity on hand. And that's one of the great things about casting. The one thing, though, that Marvin showed was that he had that Clausen, pickle bottle, and he got it down. He's like, oh, and he's. I'll tell you something, man. I got jugs of bullets out there in my bullet shop, and what I want to do is I want to make one of those little carts that you see at the library that the books fit in, and they actually it's angled so they sit back in an angle a little bit, and then have that to put all my little plastic jugs in and have it on wheels. So when I want to go ahead and reload something, I just wheel that over to my presses or whatever it is, and then pour out whatever I need or grab out whatever I need from the thing, and then put it in my, get it all ready to load. I mean, rather than having to, reach down, pick up that heavy, and then pour them out and do all that stuff. So that's something I've been kind of working on, maybe coming up with, is making a little, cart that you can just wheel around.
Yeah, or you'll end up like Pat West Covina and have about 300 pounds worth of bullets on your shelves, and come home from work one day and there's 300 pounds of bullets in your floor.
I would not have want to walk
And
in.
he had a bunch of them in glass. That was, yeah.
I was like, Pat, I can feel the stress over here that is feeling right now. You just feel the stress on that. Pat's like, oh, well, when it falls down, it falls down. I don't care.
IKEA shelves are rated at 250 pounds. He had 300.
You don't want to use putting your bullets in, and that's milk jugs. That's a bad idea. Because if you put them in milk jugs, the milk jugs sit around for a while, and then that plastic deteriorates. And so when you go to pick it up from the handle, the bottom falls out, and they all go out on the floor. That's happened to me before.
Yep.
Yeah.
I prefer salsa jars because they're small enough where you can pick them up and move them around and do all this. So you can have 4 or 5 of them lined up.
Malls and pickles.
Yeah, that works. And
it's a real heavy, thick plastic.
That's right. And bleach bottles.
Yeah, but the problem was that pickle jar earlier, you couldn't hardly pick up and put back on that damn shelf. So I don't want to hear it.
That's bad. That's a good problem to have.
You take a damn quart salsa jar and you can do whatever you want to. I don't care what bullet you cast in it.
When you cast, you can have that problem.
That's right.
Yeah, you don't have to go to the store. You don't have to do anything. You just go out and shoot. It's great, man. It just really opens up.
Don't wait until you have a Folgers plastic Folgers, the red Folgers coffee cans like you get from work, or maybe, I don't know, y'all drink coffee, whatever. Fill that thing up with damn bullets and try to pick one up.
Yeah, like picking up a 5-gallon bucket.
You got a 40-pound anchor weight all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's why,
Marvin.
Well, I spent the weekend up in Kansas and Oklahoma. We put out a ton of deer corn, set up 5 deer feeders and cameras and all that. And since we couldn't hotel in Kansas, we stayed just across the border from Arkansas City there, or Arkansas City, as they say there. And got lucky and won $900 on slots. So I'm buying a gun safe here in the next week or so.
sweet.
So that is my upcoming plans in the reloading world.
Pretty cool, man. Well, when I get all my stuff together, I'm gonna be working on 7.62 by 54R. I'll be working on out for my buddy. He said he's not in a hurry. He just wants it by deer season.
Yeah,
So,
not in a hurry, huh? So you got 2 weeks?
Yeah. So I will be missing Friday night. I won't be here. I'll be up in Toccoa at our Christian Motorcyclists Association state rally. It's going on this weekend. My son will be here taking care of the dogs and stuff like that. So I'll just leave him a 9mm and an AR, and he'll be fine if anything happens around here. So
even the password to your laptop, we'll have Jay become Jamie.
I'm taking my laptop with me.
Well, that's going to be real hard for Jay to become Jamie.
Well, I'll leave him a Chromebook. So, guys, we've been on here longer than I thought we would. So, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I want to thank all the panel members for being here. Mark, it's always good to spend time with you and Dave and Marvin, and me and Kyle's kind of used to each other, so always good to spend time with him too. So y'all have a blessed week. Hope God blesses you real good. If you need anything, be in touch with us. Georgia Shooting Connection at gmail.com. And with that, we'll see y'all next time.
Good
Yeah.
night, everyone.
Good night.
Adios.